wealth, knowledge of self. If you ain't on that, won't nothing else help. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. You ain't with that, you probably living like savages. Health, wealth, knowledge of self. If you ain't on that, won't nothing else help. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. You ain't with that, you probably living like savages. When the mind's right, it shines like from the highest height.
What's up, good people? Welcome to episode 144 of the Project Rook podcast. This, my friends, is your holistic and common sense pursuit of health and wellness. You know how we get down, and if you don't, we're talking all things health, all things wealth, but more importantly, knowledge of self. There is no greater knowledge than you can obtain other than knowledge of self. If you don't know who you are, the world will tell you, and you will follow, blindly or not. Who are you? Who do you say you are? And what does your behavior say you are? What does your thoughts say you are? How do you speak? Oh, that's what we're looking at as a determining factor. I'm your host, Rook the Great. And if you're wondering who the hell told me I'm great, I'm wondering who the hell told you that you were not. And why is self-doubt still your beverage of choice? Do you know self-doubt is at the root of all of our troubles? You really don't believe. You have dreams, you have aspirations, you want to be better, you want to do more, you want to be more, but you doubt. You doubt that you are the one. You say it, but you doubt that you're the one. What's going on, good people? I'm going to try this one more again, because the first version of this, I went about 45 minutes and the program froze after I finished and I couldn't recover it. So I just figured, hell, I don't know. It must have been something that I left out that you needed to hear. So here we are, one more again. What's going on? I want to talk to you soul to soul. Because the people who can hear me, I need you to know that the message is different for you. I really need you to feel that. I really need you to understand that you have chosen a different path. There's more that you're after. And so more is required of you. I don't want you to make no mistake about it. The reason why you half step and you dip in and dip out, but you keep coming back to this drive and this desire to be better. And it's a reason, it's confirmation. See, once the awareness is there, once you're conscious of a thing, see, to whom much is given, much is required. We always think about that in a tangible sense. Well, oh, you got more money, then more is required. No. When you have more understanding, there's more action that's required from you. As we step into this thing, as we close out what they call 2021, I don't care. We all know, if you've listened to me for a while, you've heard me say it's all made up. Man had to create days, had to create time, had to create a calendar, but we don't care. You know why? Because this is when we get in our magician bag. And we work, we take what is offered and we use it. So we closing out 2021 and we stepping in 2022. And I wanted to come here and pose one question. I wanted to ask you, as we look around, as you look around. I mean, even before all of this scamdemic came on the scene, what were you seeing? What are you seeing? How much more sickness and death do you need to see before you bust a move? Before you make a change? See, the change is on you to make. You don't realize that you are literally the one. Like, you're the one that's going to shift things. amongst your friends, amongst your family, you're the one. You're the catalyst. So more is required from you. You're going to have to discipline yourself in ways that other people want. You're going to have to bring yourself under a level of self-control that other people don't, because you've chosen more. That's just the way this game works. And the more you fight it, we talked about it last week, until you let go, you will suffer. And I'm asking you to think about this as we get ready to step into a new year, what we call a new year. What do you want? When you look at Mom Dukes, Pops, Grandma, Grandpops, aunts, uncles, cousins, you see the results that they are getting. And if they're no longer on this side, you see the results. You remember the results that they got. Are you going to continue to travel the same path? Are you going to continue the same mindset, the same behaviors, the same habits? Are you going to listen? I don't think you understanding what it is that I'm saying to you. A choice has to be made. And I'm wondering, how much more sickness and death do we need to see before we make a change? And I ain't talking just bodily sickness. I mean, that's significant, but look at where people are in mind and spirit. Listen how they speak. Listen how they talk. Listen to what their outlook on life is. The way they talk about themselves. Is it looking onward and upward? Is there a sense of inspiration and excitement about what's to come? Do they even feel good? Or every time you talk to them, they telling you about something else that's wrong? You see them popping pills after pill after pill. Going back and forth to the doctor, another diagnosis, going down. How much more do you gotta see before you say, nah, B? Because my philosophy, my theme, my slogan is that it ran in my family until it ran into me. I don't give a damn what nobody got. 10 people can go get a diagnosis tomorrow. Don't even call me. I don't need to know, because I don't care. It ain't got jack to do with me. And I can say that with complete power and complete conviction. No fear. Because some of us try to speak power and then it's, well, I don't want to speak too high. I don't want to be too boastful. What does that even mean? Do you have the authority to speak life over yourself, or don't you? And if you do, when you gonna start doing it? Because you don't know how many, it's like a domino effect. There are so many things that are coming just from you taking the first step. You know that? It's gonna be a triple domino effect. The moment you step into action, it's going to impact everybody around you. And it's not going to be from you trying to beat people over the head and trying to preach to people. No, it's going to be from you walking your talk. And I told you, we're going to step into 2022 on a good foot. Setting a new intention. And I think, what will be better than a 40-day reset? The number 40 represents discipline and transformation. And discipline simply means skill or knowledge. Ooh, that's good. 40 days. What would it look like if you gave yourself, if you started the year off? I don't give a damn how many times you made resolutions. This is now. All right. The past is the past. Whatever you didn't do in 2021, oh, the hell will. It's over. It's finished. Reflect. Take a note. Think through the parts that you didn't like, what you would have liked to do, and let's press forward. Let's step into this thing with a new mindset and a new intention. What would that look like if you stepped into the new year saying, all right, one more time. It's me. I'm coming at this one more time. Listen, how many times is enough to bet on yourself? What's the cutoff? I don't know. What's the maximum? Well, yeah, listen, I tried to believe in myself 20 times and couldn't do it. So that's it. No, I'm being serious. How much time is enough? If you've tried to do something, work towards it, you fail. You set resolutions, you set goals. You might have got a little ways forward and then boom. How much time is enough? Will you come back? Again, is the question. Because if you ain't got enough in you to bet on you one more time, then get out of my face. Then go to Loserville and chat with everybody else about how bad everything is and the world is getting worse and the end is near and oh, poor, pitiful me. But if you can look at yourself and say, I owe me. I got unfinished business. That's what your spirit is saying. You got to pay the piper, baby. You got unfinished business. And what is required from you is more. I know we be thinking like, damn, I need to do less. Yeah, you do need to do less of stupid shit. Yes. Yeah, we all need to do less of that. But you got to move more. You got to step forward. This is the door. This is the door that we stand. And it is really about, will I go through it? The door of change. Will I set the old on fire and never look back? Am I willing? That's the better question. Not even will I do it, but am I just willing to? Because I might not have to, but I need the willingness to. 40-day reset. What does that look like? That's what I'm calling it. The 40-day, I need to get my shit together. Mind and body reset. What would it look like if I set a new intention for a new way of living? What would it look like if I make a commitment to myself? And what would it look like if I had the willingness to release anything that is not serving me mentally, physically, and spiritually? Because really, that's the only intention you need to make. Even if you ain't sure of the specifics, if you can just say, self, I'm making a commitment to you to be my best from this day to forevermore. I'm going to be my best mentally, physically, and spiritually. I just got to know. I need to. I got to know what I'm made of. How do I ever know? If I never test this thing, if I never push myself beyond my comfort zone, how will I ever know? If I can't bring my flesh under subjection to say, listen, I'm not saying you can't never or ever have that again, but I'm saying for this period of time, we are focused. I am disciplined. I'm opening the door to transformation. That really is what it's about. It's not about you set the intention and then tomorrow, voila, everything in your life is exactly the way you desire. But you opening the door to transformation. And I would encourage you to never underestimate the power of what appears to be a small beginning. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Chinese proverb. That's what I want us to do for 40 days. I want us first to look around and ask ourselves, how much more do I need to see? I have people connected to me who I know without a doubt that I could help. But it's not my place right now. And I got to respect that. And I got to respect where they are on their journey. It is what it is. Every man And when I say man, I'm referring to mankind. Every man has the right to choose his or her own fate, even if that fate is illness, even if that fate is death. I respect it. I ain't following it though. No, sir. Done tried it, done been there, done done that. I done followed fools for a long time. I talk so much junk about being a dumbass because I know that life. Been a dumbass for a long time. Spent a long time being a fool. But I tell you, something finally clicked. And I said, I hate to see my so-and-so like that. And I hate to see my so-and-so go out like that. But I ain't going out like that. And I'm going to do whatever is required. Whatever is required to avoid going down that same path. And I'm asking you to look at the folks around you. Look at your people. Look at the folks you went to high school with. Where they at? I bet you about 80% of them overweight. Depending on how old you are. Hell, it don't even matter how old you are. Even if you 20. If you left high school 2 years ago. What path? What's going to be your path? When you see these folks that have got into the clinches of the medical mafia, they start, see, a quick death is really the best case scenario. People ain't dying quick. People are suffering long time. People are the body's starting to fall apart like in their 30s. And it goes from one thing to another. And they begin this cycle. It's a revolving door. Symptoms, go to the doctor, get some pills for it, feel a little bit better for a little while. Ooh, symptoms come back or get worse. Or maybe even some new symptoms. Go back to the doctor, get a new prescription. Ooh, that causes some new problems that I didn't even have before. Ooh, go back to the doctor, get some more pills for that. Ooh, go back. Look at these glands here. Something is going on. Gallbladder, thyroid. Damn, let's just take them out. And this continues. It's a cycle. And so long term, you talking people spending their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, if they can last that long, suffering. And that ain't the good kind of suffering. See, there's some sort of suffering that is, I believe, is intentional, and it is somewhat beneficial, honestly. Right? And that's more of you being in a place of being uncomfortable and going through that death and resurrection phase. But I ain't talking about that. You know what I'm talking about. I don't doubt not one person listening to me knows and is seeing folks go down, baby. You know the top three. The top three is high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes. They the top three. And it's getting worse with the digestive issues. Folks' gut is jacked up. Everybody calling it autoimmune. You can put whatever name you want to put on it. Don't matter. It's the same stuff. And it continues. And I'm asking you to look around and ask yourself how much more sickness you got to see, how much more death you got to see before you decide to make a change. And if there's an opportunity that's presenting itself, and that's what I'm offering to you, 40 days. You about it? 40dayhealthreset.com. Are you about it? Are you about 40 days of creating a new way of living? Because that's all that diet means. When I use that word diet, so you got to check your diet, is creating a new way of living. And it's so powerful because what you are essentially saying is I'm releasing anything that does not speak life. That's it. And that's both physical food and mental food. There's a process of detoxification. That's also a process of releasing old barriers, old obstructions, both physical and mental. But one of my favorite is destruction. That's that third phase we go in. And we dive into old habits, old behaviors, old belief systems. Destroy them. It's the only way. If you still interested in holding on to the old, then well, good luck. Because I told you the old is coming crashing down and you can go right down with it. You can go right down with it. So what's my last? I got 4 phases. The last phase is deciding. Most people think, well, that should be the first phase. But oftentimes your mind and your body is running on autopilot so much is when you start to clean the body. The mind becomes a lot more focused. You are ready to let go of old ideals, and then you're ready to decide. So while, yes, it would be ideal for the deciding to be first, but oftentimes we can't start there. But the deciding is setting a new path forward and never looking back. I know we like to reflect and there's a time for that, but there's some shit you need to burn to the ground and never look back. And you're going to have to decide how much you want to, how loyal are you to death and devastation? Well, what the hell does that mean? No, listen to what I'm saying. Because some of us in our care for others and love for others, we're staying stuck because we don't want to create some separation. So we're more loyal. See, as long as we stay connected to these things, we're connected. Like folks are in a, I guess you could call it a spell. There is this veil over their eyes, so to speak. And they're operating in old mindsets, old behaviors, and old habits. So the more that you resist creating some separation from that in you, it means you're more loyal to that. And if they represent illness, if they represent defeat, if they represent death, then that means that's what you're more loyal to. What would happen? What would happen if you went into the new year setting a new intention? What would happen if you just tried to just see? Let me just see. I don't know how this thing could go. What would it look like if I buckled down and got real uncomfortable? Because that's the only hesitation that people have, is because they're about to get uncomfortable. And because we have strong emotional ties to food, the moment that we feel like we are being restricted, we start to short circuit. But here's the thing. It's less about being restricted. It's more about making a decision. It's not that I can't have certain things. It's that I'm choosing. I'm choosing to discipline myself for a period of time. I am choosing to exercise self-control. More importantly, what I'm choosing to do is take my attention off the riff-raff in the world and put it on myself. I'm making a choice. I don't have to. You do whatever I want. I can act just like everybody else does. I can sit all night. I can drink for the rest of the night. Wake up tomorrow. Whatever. No plan. No anything. I can operate just like everybody else. I can get the same results that everybody else is getting. And I can continue to follow the path of those who I care about. That's still an option. Or I can decide to get off this unmanned train that's running out of control. I'm going to hop off this sucker that's on its way to the land of destruction. It might be somebody. And that's a conversation I had with myself. Hey, damn, I hate to see, Aunt so-and-so, Uncle so-and-so, Grandma so-and-so. I hate to see them go out like that. However, I ain't going out like that because I got a choice in the matter. That some things that I know that I can control. And our health, our minds, and what it is that we put in our body, we can absolutely control. So I'm saying, what would it look like if for 40 days you consider locking in, giving yourself a mind and body reset? What would it look like when you come out on the other side? Listen, do you know how it feels to just feel good? Do you know how it feels to just wake up and still feel excited about life? I'm watching folks, the life is coming out of them. They like a balloon with a slow leak. I just see the life seeping out of them. People who I know are talented, who I know are intelligent and gifted, and they've given up. It's that one question that keeps coming up like, damn, is this where you stop? Because everybody stops somewhere. Is this where you stop? Like, I mean, people I know who not even 40 years old, it's like, damn. Is this where you stop? Just being 80 pounds overweight. It's just fine. Just taking 2-3 different medications a day. Shit happens. Is this where you stop is what I'm asking you. Or do you step back up to the plate and say one more time? If it can be figured out, I will figure it out. I will figure it out. I don't care how many times it takes. I don't have a time limit on seeing what I'm made of. The benefits of really digging into your health and getting stronger and getting wiser in your mind and your body. Yes, you will see the body absolutely transform. I got to get some testimonials from some of my clients because I want people to see how just in a short period of time, I don't use that word transform lightly. You can literally transform your health in such a short period of time. Even if it ain't 100%, you see and feel the difference. So yes, one part of this is you seeing the physical benefits. Not only do you feel better, but you look better. And your mindset becomes so much more sharper. That's the coolest part. Because what you really do, let's talk about what you really, 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 really do. What you truly do, which is so powerful, is that you start to see what you made of. You start to see that, damn, I was capable all this time. I possessed the power to control myself. I have the ability to change. Like, I got what it takes. I'm enough. Like, I mean, I'm looking at other people and I'm like, damn, they so confident. They so together. They so this, but I got it. I got the juice. It's who you become in the process of that makes this so transformational. That 40 really represents discipline and transformation. And you need these times. Everybody want to say moderation. No, the hell with moderation. If moderation worked, everybody claim they do everything moderately already. Your results suck. Stop trying to make an argument for shit that we see ain't working. There's certain periods of time that you must buckle down and you must go all in. Period. Ain't no dibbing and dabbing. I'm going to do a little bit. Well, I know I said today I won't. No. What would it look like if I locked in and I kept my word and I pushed beyond the mental chatter that says, oh, we can't do this. I don't know. This is a lot harder than I thought. Oh my God, I just really need to have that. Anything that you can't stop doing is an addiction. Anything you can't stop doing is an addiction. So no, it may not be crack, but it's still your master and you're still the slave. Because if it wasn't, 40 days, 40-day health reset.com. I would like you to join us, but even if you decide to do it on your own, that's cool too. But there has to be a plan forward. Our 3 objectives for the next 40 days. And I'm going to open this up at midnight, but we're going to officially start on the 3rd. So when you get into the program, it's going to be an app. It'll be a private portal for everybody. It'll be a group chat where we can communicate. We're going to have weekly check-ins. We'll have a initial check-in at the very beginning, how to get started. You got any questions? What does this look like? And then thereafter, every week we checking in. And the overall goal, we want to focus, is 3 main objectives, right? 1 is removing any physical and mental foods that are weakening and hindering the body's natural ability to repair itself. That's where your vitality is going. Your life force is hampered because you're taking in things that are weakening your natural ability to be powerful and to be well. The second objective is we got to hydrate and energize the body by incorporating the most enzyme and electrolyte rich foods. And that's our fruits and vegetables. Period. Point blank. It's not debatable. That's what it is. Lastly, we're going to support the body's natural ability to release toxins and build up through the use of herbal plant medicine. We got everything that we need. There's no reason that anybody starts feeling sick that they trying to go to the hospital. Listen, I've said this before. Y'all better stop running to the hospital for everything, because you get your ass there, you might not come out. And I don't want to put no fear. Let me say that, because if you do have to go, all right, some things are an emergency. You do have to go. I don't want you going in there with that mindset now. I want you to take this as wisdom and power. Don't let nobody run no okie doke on you. Ask questions. What are you doing and why? And know that you have the right to say, nope, not that. But basic things we should know how to take care of. We should know how to recognize the communication of the body, and that's all symptoms are. If you got a fever, what does that mean? If you have sniffles, what does that mean? If you have a cough, what does that mean? If you got a rash, what does that mean? These symptoms are simply the body's way of communicating to us. It is not for you to go into no damn panic and lose all sense. No. Oh, okay. Body is telling me I need to put attention here. Body is telling me that I need to bring some things in. I need to let some things out. That's what the next 40 days are about. But the biggest part about this is what it makes of you in the process. This is character building. See, you don't ever dig into the inner, deeper wells within without getting uncomfortable. Ever. Why would you? So you got to get a little uneasy. You got to get a little uncomfortable, and you got to take yourself out of your regular routine, and you're going to feel that. But what I know as a witness is that is the beginning of transformation. That's how you change. The moment that you choose different, the moment that you respond different, man, change. So we're going back to Mother Nature and all of her wisdom. But more importantly, we are using common sense and keeping it simple. Using common sense and keeping it simple. There comes a point in time in your life where it just can't matter what's going on in the world. You have to say, I can only, what is the one thing that I can do? What is the one thing that I can really put focus on? And it's always yourself. If nothing else, I mean, your children can be off the chain. The job can be off the chain. Your significant other can be off the chain. What is one thing that I always have control of? And that is myself. That is my thoughts. That is my mind and what I'm putting in my body. That's the power of a mind and body reset. How much sickness and death do you need to see before you make a change? How much more do you need to see before you say, I've had enough? I gotta free myself from this. Ain't nobody holding me down. Like, I gotta free myself from this. I have to choose different. The time is now. I like the energy of the moment because I feel like people are really desiring better and change. And that's what I feel. So I think we should take the momentum from this moment and just run with it. Just run right into, like, boom, 2022, let's get it. Let's get it. I'm stepping into this thing with a new intention. I'm going to commit to myself like I never have. For real this time. And I'm going to just see what I'm made of. I got to see what the must factor. What must I know? I must know what I'm made of. I must know how capable. Like, what's my full potential? How do you know if you don't never test that thing? I must know what it feels like to live the good life, to get better as time goes on. Ooh, I must know. And I'm experiencing that thing. So I'm asking you to come on over to the other side. 40 days. I called it the 40-day I need to get my shit together mind and body health reset. Got a nice little ring to it, don't it? Because you got to get honest with yourself. Tonight, look in the mirror. I need to get my shit together. Because we all know. We always know. Everybody always know you can fool the world, but you can never fool yourself. You know where you have stepping. You know where you half assing. You know where you need to put your attention. And you know that you've been putting it off. So I'm saying, come on. 40 days of discipline and transformation. It's the power of just taking one step forward. And just seeing where it goes from there. 40-day healthreset.com. 40-day healthreset.com. I'm ready. Let's get in the trenches. We got questions. Let's get some answers. Let's clear up all the confusion. Let's figure out what's going on with our bodies and why and what we can do about it. How we respond appropriately, not through suppressing symptoms, but through supporting the body's natural ability to heal, repair, and restore. That's what we're doing. Getting back to the basics. Getting back to our natural born ability. The power is you. It always has been, and it always will be. So, I hope to see you on the other side. If not, do something. I don't care what you do. Don't do it for me. Do it for yourself. Do something. Set some intentions going into the new year. What do you want? What do you want to say a year from now? that I gave it all I had. It's one thing if you don't accomplish what you're after, but when you ain't even give it all you had, that's a whole nother problem. So 40 days, 40 days, 40 nights, 40 days of getting our mind and body right. I'm in there with you. I'm going to be cranking what I'm instructing everybody to do, I normally do all the time. So it's not a challenge for me. So I got to crank it up a notch. Why? Because I can't bullshit myself. I could just get in there and be like, yeah, I'm doing it. But I know that's not a challenge for me. So I got to take mine a little step further. Because come on now, you know how we roll. I got to walk the talk. You wouldn't know, but I would know. It's an integrity thing. See, I answer to myself first. So if you have any questions, email me, info@projectrook.com. Let's get it. 40dayhealthreset.com. Newness is in the air. Possibilities is in the air. All you got to do is grab it. That's all I got for you, good people. Until next time.